Welcome. I am delighted to be here with Chris, who is the founder of MemoryFox. What in the heck is MemoryFox?
Right. So it is a platform that we built that helps organizations tell their story to be able to raise funds and be able to solicit grants and that type of stuff. And what ultimately it does is allows them to be able to pull in what we call community generated content. So stories from their community, primarily video, but it can also be text and pictures as well, allows them to pull all that in from their amazing community where the impact is happening, pull it in, and then be able to keep it all organized by all the important metadata points like, who sent it, when they sent it, is it approved for use, which I know consent is obviously a very big challenge for a lot of marketers, and then be able to put that content to use. And so we have a story builder. We're in the process of building a video editor. So being able to leverage that content to be able to raise funds and solicit grants and really tell your story to your community.
Well, as you well know, storytelling is my passion, and
Yes.
people who visit my site or follow me on social media know that for some reason, storytelling has sort of grabbed me and said, Lori, tell other people what you've learned. And I have to say, I've learned it the hard way. So I learned at the knee of politicians, of founders, of my parents, of the church when I was, practicing
Going up.
Catholic back in the
Yeah.
day. And now I learn it from the nonprofit organizations that I get to walk alongside. I happen to love your tool. I think it is one of the most simple, fun ways to allow your supporters, whomever they are. I mean, I think my grandson who's 6 could probably use it. If
That's the intent. That's
click
the
a couple
intent.
of buttons, right? And
Hmm.
just talk. So, why nonprofits? I know that you started this with this vision of having helping people, and
Yes.
your background, if we can go just a little
Yeah.
tiny bit into your background, and then why
Well,
nonprofits?
I'm glad you mentioned storytelling too as like a foundational human core like action, right? I was in the Army for 8 years, and storytelling is essential to the experience of connecting with other people. And what's the joke about soldiers in foxholes, right? Is they're telling stories. That's how you connect, right? It's to tell stories about yourself or tell stories about the situation and learn from each other. But that's not just us, right? That's other cultures. I spent time in Iraq, in Afghanistan. I lived in Germany. I was up in Alaska, Oklahoma. So I'm in all these diverse places and all these. And the one thing that connects everybody, right, is everybody wants to feel heard. Everyone wants to feel valid and that their story and they as a human matter. And that, as weird as it sounds, could be someone who lives in the mountains of Afghanistan, or it could be the streets of Baghdad, or it could be Germany or Buffalo.
Or the
Um,
Ukraine?
right? Or the Ukraine, right? People want to feel valid. And that's, on a higher level, war, right? What does it rob people of? It robs people of their humanity, not just the people, the civilians, but also the soldiers that have to go do these things. And so, storytelling is something, and also being from Buffalo and just being a Italian guy, like, I come from a storytelling family. And so we originally built this as a way, which is a problem that I had, is as a way to interview pre-dementia elderly and get their life stories. And it was like a collaborative way with the family, and it was really neat. But along the way, I had nonprofits in the area, and they were like, "Hey, can we use this to collect stories from our community?" And I, well, that's interesting. Tell me more about that. He said, well, stories are what we use to fundraise. That's how we make money, is by telling our story and showing off our mission.
Here,
And
here.
right, exactly what you do. But there was no platform that really helped them do that. And so it was just kind of a simple pivot. You'd think it would be difficult, but it wasn't that difficult. Switch it from this family storytelling to organizational storytelling. And so with nonprofits, I mean, look, my wife works at a museum and I get to see all the software that they use. And I cringe every time I see it. And my goal in life is how can we deliver great software to nonprofits who deserve great software just as much as for profit? But no one, it's just not a big focus of of where the money is directed at a national level with like big pockets of VC money and all these types of things. And so for us, our passion is how do we deliver great software to nonprofits so that they can do what they need to do to make this world actually a better place, not
Nice.
these fancy ideas of cryptocurrency and,
Right.
metaverse, these things that don't impact lives. They just generate more wealth for rich people. Like we want to be right where the stories are the best and where the people are important.
So, Chris, I know that there's a lot going on that you've been working on, changing. What excites you about where you're taking MemoryFox for the nonprofit sector?
Yeah. So where are we taking MemoryFox for the nonprofit sector? Sort of like what is our vision of the future that excites us? And for me, what gets me going is we have this platform. People are collecting all these amazing, amazing stories that are just like, it makes me want to cry sometimes when I see them. Um, so we're good on that aspect, is the collection and then keeping it all organized. Now we're changing our focus. We just hired a new developer and we're shifting our focus towards the share piece. How do you put that story into the world so that it can help you raise funds and get grants, win grants and things like that? And so two aspects of that. One is video editing and being able to take those videos, because of course there's going to be some ums and some ahs and things like that. So an easy way to be able to clip it and just make it look real nice.
Nice.
But the second piece of it is integration with Canva. And I'm pretty sure most of your audience is
I
at least
think
somewhat
so.
familiar with Canva.
I
It's
am.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
Canva is just such a great company. And so building an integration with them so that you can take that content and you can build presentations, newsletters, you can cut it up and create all these meta videos and then share it with your social audience. There's just so many opportunities presented by Canva. So by integrating with them with a tool that most people are already familiar with, now that video is out in the world,
Yeah.
and now it's helping bring people to you and help raise funds and the like.
I love that. I love that. Well, I appreciate so much you taking the time. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again because I want people to know where to find you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of ways that people can find you. One is they can go direct to your website, obviously, and that's
Mm-hmm.
memoryfox.io.
Correct.
But they can also go to my website. So if you go to ignitedfundraising.com and you scroll down here to the bottom, I've got 3 recommended services, and MemoryFox, when you click on it, then you can just pick your date for a free demo. And I have to say, when I did my own free demo, I was shocked at how easy it is to use. So simple that within a few seconds, I had a video created
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like I was a rock star. I didn't have to do anything hard. It was press a couple of buttons and it was ready to go. So imagine, Ignited Fundraising community, you have an event and you want to get feedback from folks. You put the QR code on signs around the room or on the table tent or in the program, or you
Mm-hmm.
send it in the pre-event emails or the follow-up emails, or you have it on the screen at the end of that video to say, tell us what you thought about that video. There are so many ways to use this really simple tool, really affordable tool, that will catapult your ability to tell your story powerfully. So I just want to make sure that folks know about you. And I was delighted when you guys reached out to me, and I'm happy to be a MemoryFox evangelist.
A MemoryFox.
I am.
No,
I
I
am.
appreciate that. I mean, I think all of us together, especially people who are interested in this industry of nonprofits and giving, we can all make the world a better place through storytelling. I think the world, especially nowadays, right?
Right.
Now more than ever, we need to be telling and sharing stories of people, of real people, not what exists on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah. Well, thank you for who you are and what you bring to the
Thank you
table. I
very
look
much,
forward
Lori.
to future conversations with you.